Assalamu Alaikum, welcome to Programming Concepts. I am Syed Naveed Abbas, and in this video we are going to create weather application in .NET Windows Form application. What we're gonna create today is something like this. This is our interface of weather application. Let me run this. I'm gonna search for London. Sorry. And here you can see it's clouds, overcast clouds, wind speed 3.6 meters per second, and pressure is 1017 Pascal. Sunrise at 9:54 and sunset at 30 midnight. So that's it. We are using OpenWeatherMap API to collect weather information. So let's go coding. Okay, first of all we need to set up our API by creating an account on OpenWeatherMap. So open your browser and head to OpenWeatherMap. Here, go to API. Here we go to current weather data and subscribe. Get API key. Now here we need to create our account. I have already created my account, so I will just sign in. Here we go to API keys, and I have already created this one, so you can create any other key using here. So you can just place your name, any name here, like my key, and this will generate a new key. The new keys don't just work just after you create. This takes time to be updated on servers. Okay, so this is the key. We should copy this and paste it somewhere here. Now we need to know the link to which we can access weather data. So go to API, and here API doc. So here we can see that this link can be used to get the current weather data. So we copy this link, put it here, and here we need to insert city name. So I'm gonna search for Islamabad, and my API key is this. I will paste it here, enter. Okay, now you can see I got my coordinates, longitude, latitude, and weather ID, and the main weather is clouds, and description is few clouds, and icon number is this. So we can see this icon using a link, which is I can just copy this link, icons ID, and go to openweathermap.org. Then image, then W, maybe W for weather, and icon ID. Sorry, the icon ID is 0 to N, and then .png. Okay, so this is the icon of current weather for Islamabad. So you can see few clouds, and this icon contains few clouds. Okay, we're gonna use all this information in C#, and we shall create its user interface later, but first we need to create a class so that we can deserialize this information into that class, and then we can use this information in C#. To understand this, I will need this to clearly look into it. Like, I will use Visual Studio Code so I can see formatted version of this information, and I can see which thing is starting or which thing is containing which things. Like, okay, so I'm gonna use new file. I will place all that text here, and then I will just select all and format this. So okay, where is format? Sorry, I will select JSON from here, JSON, and then I can format this document. Okay, now I can see clearly that coordinate contains 2 values, weather contains 4 values, and this is actually a list. So you can see here, this is starting from a curly bracket and it ends with a curly bracket, and there is no square bracket, but this thing contains square bracket. So everything here containing square bracket is actually a list. So it means that weather is a list. So we have to use that data type in programming. So if you want to store or access weather information, you have to treat this like a list. So you will get better idea when we shall code it. And in the same way, base is actually a single value, and it contains stations here. We don't need this. We need this, the main thing, and the main thing is containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more things, more values, like temperature and feels like, and temperature minimum today, temperature maximum today, pressure, humidity, sea level and ground level, and then visibility, then wind speed, degrees, gust, then clouds, all 13. This is date time, dt, and this is actually in milliseconds, and this is also time in milliseconds. So it is actually time in milliseconds since 1970. So if you add these milliseconds into the 1st January 1970, you will get the sunrise time of Islamabad today. Now you can see here the time zone, ID, name Islamabad, and code 200. Okay, so now we need to create a class, and in that class we shall deserialize this information, and then we can use it like a class, like OOP. Okay, so let's get started. Open Visual Studio. Okay, Visual Studio. Create new project. And we shall work in Windows Form application. You can also search it here, like C#, Windows, and desktop, and you will get this here. Next, now we can name this project as weather application. You can choose the folder you want to place it. So I'm gonna place it here. Okay, that's okay. And I'm going to use .NET 4.5. You can choose any other, but I prefer this. Create. Okay, before designing user interface, I will focus to create the class for weather data collection. So open Solution Explorer and create a new class. I will name this as weather info. Okay, now we create further classes into this class. So everything here that has data in curly brackets is actually a class. So cord is a class, weather is a class, base is not a class, main is a class, wind is a class, clouds class, dt is not class, system is class, time zone, id, name and code are not classes. So everything that is inside the curly brackets are the attributes of that class. So first we shall create a class for coordinates. So we're gonna use public class cord. So make sure that you use the same keyword, sorry, not the keyword, but use the same name as it is here. So this is also case sensitive, so you should write this as it is. Okay, in this class we have two things, longitude and latitude. So double longitude get set, and we have latitude get set. Then we have weather. So we shall create another class, public class weather, and inside this class we have id. Okay, I don't need id, we need main, description and icon. So we have main, which is string main get set, and we have description, which is also a string get set, and then we have icon, which is also a string. Next we have main. Okay, oh yeah, this was inside this one. Okay, there's another class main, so we're gonna create another class main, public class main. Inside main we have temperature. So temperature is a double value, so double temperature. And double feels like. Okay, I don't need feels like for now. I want to make this thing very easy. So pressure, we need pressure get set, and humidity humidity, come on, then we have wind and speed. So I shall only grab public class wind, and inside wind we have speed. So speed is double value double speed get set. We can simply ignore the values we don't want to collect, and then we need system and public class system sunrise. So it's a long sunrise get set, and sunset, it's a long value sunset get set, and just ignore all of the values for now. Now we need to create another class that will contain all these classes, like the root class. So here we're gonna create public class root, and this class is actually representing this class. So I told you that every thing that is before curly bracket is a class. So it means all these are the attributes of some other class which is not actually named here. So we shall call this root class, and this will contain all these things that we just created now as attributes. So the first attribute of this class is chord. So there is a chord type of chord, and we shall use the same get set public, and then we have public weather. So as I told you, weather is a list, so this is weather, actually list of weather as weather get set. Then we have main get set. And then we have wind public wind get set public system get set. Okay, that's it. Now we go to our main form and design our interface. Okay, so I'll use a background image that is catchy weather wallpapers. Okay, my internet connection dropped. Finally, I have succeeded downloading this image. I will save this image on desktop with the name BG. Okay. I go to desktop, background, and now I will edit this a bit. I will add a filter. Okay, filter and sunscreen, so that everything that I'm gonna design, I'm gonna applying above this should be visible. Okay, now I will save this. Okay, that's it. Here, properties and background image. Import from desktop, background. Okay, background image layout, zoom or stretch, and now I will need to make it double buffered, so when you have like a very large image on it, so you have to do this, otherwise it will be a little glitchy. Okay, now we need to design its interface. We go to tools, we search for a label, I will use Calibri because it's very popular in my country. Calibri 14, and back color should be transparent. What is this? Sorry. Is white and back color is transparent. Okay, this will contain next we use text box. Again, I'm gonna use Calibri. This text box will be for city, and then we're gonna use button, a search button here. This will be btn search, and in flat appearance I will do flat back color transparent, and forecolor should be white. And text should be search. And again I'm going to use Calibri. Okay, now we're going to use more labels. This will be label condition. Here we shall print the main weather condition. Next we shall print details. And next there will be sunrise, and the value of sunrise will be here, label sunrise. This will be sunset. Okay, now we need to place a picture box here for weather icon. Picture box here with transparent background. So pick icon, and back color should be transparent. And its size mode should be zoom. Okay, now when we click on this, it will search for weather. So we're going to create another function for get weather. For this, we need to download a package for Newton's of JSON, so we can deserialize JSON into our class. So go to Solution Explorer. Okay, don't go there. Go to Tools, and look at package manager and download that package. Browse Newtonsoft. And download this one, Newtonsoft JSON, and click on your project, install. Okay. Okay, successfully installed. Now we close this. We import that using Newtonsoft JSON. Then we're gonna use systemnet. Okay, that's it. So we're gonna create a web client using web client, web, new web client. Here we need to download the weather information from OpenWeatherMap. So we need our API key, string API key equals, this is our API key, copy this and paste it here. And we also need city, so that will be provided from here, from text box, city, yes. Okay, so first we create a URL, a complete URL for downloading the weather information. So our URL will be this thing. So copy this, the complete URL for weather information, and we're gonna use string format and place it here. And instead of using Islamabad, I'm gonna place here city, and then API key I'm gonna replace this with so first we need the city, TB city text, and then we need our API key. That's it. Now we download weather into JSON object. So JSON equals web download string from this URL. So once all the data is in the JSON, we're gonna deserialize this into our class. So our class is weather info root into info variable equals JSON deserialize. Okay, where is deserialize? JSON convert deserialize object. Okay, we're gonna deserialize object into weather info root into this format, and we're gonna deserialize above JSON. Okay, that's it. Okay, once we have all the information into info, we can use this to update our labels. So label, first we update our picture box, picture icon, image location equals this address. Copy this and paste it here. And remove this. And here in the middle, we want to use the current data, current weather icon. So we can get that from info, weather. So weather was a list, so we want the first one in the list. So actually there is only one thing in the list, but still we have to treat this as a list. So 0. Then we have, okay, we need to declare all these values as public. So we're going to use public here, copy this and paste it here, paste it here, 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 and here, and here, and here, and here, also here. Okay, there's already here. And then we have icon. Then we're going to use label, condition, text equals info weather 0 main. Then we have label details, text equals info weather first description. Then we have, okay, what is next? Sunset and sunrise. Sunset, label sunset, text equals info system, and sunrise, sorry, sunset. What is this? Sunset. Yes, actually sunset is a long value and we have to convert it to string. Then we have sunrise, text equals info system sunrise to string. Then we have wind, speed, text equals info wind, speed, and to string. Then we have pressure, text equals info that was in system, I think, system pressure, no, main pressure to string. Okay, that's it. Get weather. So when we click on search button, this function will be executed and this function will download all the weather information and place it in its right place. Let's run this. Bismillah. Okay, let me search for New York. New York. Okay, in New York it's clouds, broken clouds, wind speed is 0.45 meters per second, pressure is 1013 Pascal, sunrise is this. Okay, now you will wonder what is this. This is not sunset. Actually, we need to convert this into present time. Actually this is present time, but it is not in the format of present time. We shall need to create a function to convert it to the current time. But as you can see, it's working. Let me search for Islamabad. Islamabad. Search. Okay, it's 2.8 here, and the icon has been updated. Few clouds. China. Broken clouds. Wind speed is 6.36. Wow. Okay, now as we know this is working, let's convert the sunrise and sunset into the current time. So now we create another function that will convert to the current date time. So current date time get, okay, we shall name this as convert date time, and we shall give it long milliseconds. Okay, first we shall create date time day as date time 1970. So as I told you that these milliseconds are calculated from 1970, so we have to place that from 1970 first month and first day and 0 hours and 0 minutes and 0 seconds and 0 milliseconds, and system date time kind UTC, and we shall convert this to local time. Okay, what is this? New date time to local time. Okay, then we need this day and day add milliseconds. Okay, in 1970, like in this time, we are going to add these milliseconds, so this will return the exact time, current time, that is represented by these milliseconds. So add milliseconds, and then again convert them to local time, and at the end return this day. And then instead of just displaying that milliseconds, we can convert this into that date time. So we're gonna use convert date time, this information, and then further convert this to string, so we can assign the labels text to this value. Again, convert date time, convert. Okay, Now run this again and let's see what happens. I search for Islamabad and now you can see it says sunrise at 1:36:59. Okay, this time is not correct here. Why is it that? We just need time, we don't need the date. Too short time string. Islamabad and search. Okay, that's good. It's only time here, but this time is actually wrong. I don't know why. Okay, I got that. We need to add seconds here, not milliseconds here, because this time is in seconds, not milliseconds. Let me check this. Islamabad, search. Now that's correct. So I was wrong. That time is not in milliseconds, that's in seconds. So we should call them seconds. Seconds, not milliseconds. So that's how we created all this. In the next video, I will cover how to perform forecasts. So this website also provides forecasts, and they are free, and that's for that thing we're gonna use one call API, this one. So it provides minute forecast, hourly forecast, daily forecast, and blah blah blah. So see you in the next video. I hope you will like this video and keep learning. Take care. Allah Hafiz. See you in the next video.